Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this live section. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in court today, and we're going to talk about what happened in court. So, the DSS witnesses tendered flash drives containing videos of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu inspecting Radio Biafra's transmitter in a container. So, Nigerian government sent the people that will come and testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then they brought flash drives containing videos of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu inspecting Radio Biafra transmitter in a container, which I'm going to still play the video for you guys to see the video, the video that the DSS witness tendered in the court against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court update, 13th of June 2025. So today's court proceedings just kicked off some hours ago, and then both defending and prosecuting counsel have their routine introduction after the mentioning of the matter by the court official. Witness PW4DDD has moved to the witness box and introduced himself as DSS agent. So the witness that came to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu moved to the witness box, and then he said he's a DSS agent. Now, preliminary examination of witnesses commences. So now, the prosecuting officer now asked this DSS witness and said, "Do you know who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is?" And then he responded, the witness said, yes, he is IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, who has been calling for the breakup and secession of the East from Nigeria. Look, these people will not tell this judge that Igbos were never calling for the secession as at that time. That it was because of they were politically marginalized, because the Igbos were persecuted. That was why they were calling for secession. I don't want to start talking about what happened, during 1960 to 1970. I don't want to start talking about the war, the genocide that happened. They will not tell them the real thing that happened. You all know that, IPOB they were in support of one Nigeria as at then, but because of they were killing them, they had to say Nigeria must break up. Now the witness said yes. Remember, the prosecuting officers asked him if he knows who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is, and then he responded and said yes, he's IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been calling for the breakup and secession of Southeast from Nigeria. Prosecuting counsel now asked and said, how can you describe him? The witness said he's a terrorist. And this same witness that is saying DSS witness that is saying a terrorist cannot even prove that this man is a terrorist. Now the prosecuting counsel now said, how did you get to know him? And then the witness answered and said, I knew him when he was arrested in Lagos, and he incites people through Radio Biafra. Let me take that again. He said, the prosecuting counsel asked and said, how did you get to know him? And then the witness answered and said, I knew him when he was arrested in Lagos, and he incites people through Radio Biafra. These people, their tool is their words. Biafra, their tool is their words. Self-determination. They are not into terror or attack. Their tool is their word. That is why you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on Radio Biafra exposing Nigerian government. And they know it. The truth is bitter. Nigerian government knows the truth. The tool of IPOB is their what? That is why they went for self-determination. They are not into violence and terror. So now the prosecuting officer now asked, where did he keep the transmitter used in airing Radio Biafra? He said, where did he keep the transmitter using in airing Radio Biafra? This is what the prosecuting officer said. And then the witness answered and said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kept it in one Benjamin Madibugu's house at Ubuli Isuzo. And then the prosecuting officer counsel now asked, who was assigned to carry out the transmitter research? And then the witness said, I was to carry out the search, locate the transmitter, and retrieve it. Now remember that the prosecuting officer said, where did he keep the transmitter that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been using to air Radio Biafra? And then the witness said that he kept it in one Benjamin Madubugu's house at Ubulu Isi Uzo. Now, the prosecuting officer now said, who was assigned to carry out the transmitter? Then the witness answered and said, I was asked, I was to carry out the search, locate the transmitter, and retrieve it. Now, the prosecuting counsel moved towards the witness box and shows the masked witness the search warrant for the transmitter. The prosecuting officer moved toward the witness box and shows the masked witness the search warrant for the transmitter. Now, prosecuting counsel now said, in whose name was the search warrant issued? The witness said, in the presence of Madubugu at his house in Ubuliuzo. Now, let us note that the presiding judge has raised eyebrows on live reports and transcription of court proceedings. In other words, he doesn't want further reports and prefers secret trial, but we must continue. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court update. This is another section. So now the prosecuting officer now asked the witness and said, what are the contents of the container you found in Benjamin Madubugu's house? Then the witness answered and said, 2 pump action guns, live bullets, 2 pistols, and cartridges. We ordered Benjamin Madubugu to open the transmitter, and when he did, we only saw household items. Now, the prosecuting officer now asked him and said, is it what you're holding in your hands now? The same video that was handed over to you for the transmitter investigation. So these witnesses, they brought flash drive containing videos to tender to the court against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And then when the prosecuting officer asked him if it was what he was holding in his hands, the videos, and then the witness said yes, it is. The video evidence has been tendered by the prosecuting counsel, and presiding judge marked it as an exhibit. And then they played the video and everybody watched. Now the prosecuting officer asked again and said, what were the contents of the material found during the raid of Benjamin Madubugu's house? And now he said, what the prosecuting officer asked, what did you find? He was asking the DSS so-called witness. He was asking him and said, what did you find when you were when they went for search in Benjamin Madubugu's house? They said they found 2 pump action and in a container, and then Chimezie moved household stuff. I was asked to keep the container. MNK and Chimezie came and inspected the container. So the prosecuting officer or the prosecuting counsel asked, what were the contents of materials found during the raid of Benjamin Madubugu's house? And then the witness said 2 pump action was found in the container. Chimezie moved household stuff. I was asked to keep the container, and then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Chimezie came and inspected the container. So now, the prosecuting counsel now asked, in your 25 years of work in the Southeast, how would you describe the atmosphere of the Southeast? Now, this question was asked by the prosecuting counsel. They asked the witness, the DSS witness. So He said the prosecuting counsel said was asking the witness, and he said, in your 2020, in your 25 years of work in the southeast, how would you describe the atmosphere of the southeast? And then guess what this DSS witness said? He said life has been made difficult due to IPOB activities, IPOB committing terrorist acts. Life have been made difficult due to IPOB activities. Now, these people are fond of accusing IPOB of terrorist attack. The ones happen in Imo State, they will say it's IPOB. The ones happen in Anambra, they will say it's IPOB. Everything happening in Nigeria now, they'll say it's IPOB, especially in the southeast. Tell me why IPOB will be against their fellow brothers. Tell me why IPOB will bind their fellow brothers. Look at what happened in Yamofu. They will say it's IPOB. These people are Fulani people that Nigerian governments are sponsoring. They're the ones doing all these things. Imagine the DSS business is saying life has been made difficult. Now, it is important to note that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, before he was when he was not yet arrested, you can see that in the southeast there was peace. We are, and the southeast was at peace than today. Today we are seeing hell in this country, in the southeast. And then when they now went to arrest him, you can see what is happening. Insecurity is much in the southeast then. I remember before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, before he was arrested, insecurity was more in the north and it was lesser in the southeast, in the south, especially southeast. And then now when they now arrested him, it's now more in this in southeast. Insecurity is now more. And then some Nigerian government will come and tell you that the cause of insecurity in the southeast is IPOB, that they are terrorists, that they are this, that they are that. Look at Hope Uzodinma that is supposed to be agitating for Biafrans, that's supposed to be making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or showing interest to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is coming out. The last attack that happened in Imo State, or the attack that happened in Imo State, do you know what this man came out and said? He said that there is no headers, there is no Fulani headers or Fulani terrorists in Imo State, that it is IPOB, that is Eastern Security Network, that conducted the attack. It's appalling. So now, look at what is happening. These Eastern governors that's supposed to show interest, they are now the ones, backstabbing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even when they are Igbos. So now, the prosecuting counsel asked, in your 25 years of work in the southeast, how would you describe the atmosphere of the southeast? And then the witness said life have been made difficult due to IPOB activities, IPOB committing terrorist attack acts. Now, let them release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and see if insecurity will not end in the east. They should just try, and because these people you see in the bush today, they will say they are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will they still be in the bush? No, the true ones will not be in the bush. But those the main terrorists, you still see them there. You now know. If they still remain in the bush, then you will not know that these people are terrorists, that the main terrorists. Because even Nigerians now, people that are not even IPOB, they are still in the bush using it now to be terrorizing everywhere. So once they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, insecurity will surely end in the southeast. So now, like the witness said and said, life has been made difficult due to IPOB activities, IPOB committing terrorist acts. Now, the prosecution officer now asked, are all members of IPOB ESN2? And then he answered and said, the witness said, yes, they enforce Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instruction, they attack security agents, especially Hausa Fulani, and then everyone started laughing in the court. Because imagine what this man is saying. You're not even sure. Remember the prosecuting counsel asked and said, are all members of IPOB ESN2? He said, yes, they enforce Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's instruction and they act security agents, they attack security agents, especially Hausa Fulani. Everyone is laughing in the court. Everyone started laughing in the court. Now, see someone, DSS witness, he claims he's, even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said that this DSS witness, they were hired. They are fake. They were hired to come and testify against him. So now, this witness said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, instructs people or Eastern Security Network to come and attack security agents, Is it not Nigerian government that is doing all these things? These people are working tirelessly to make sure that they bring down Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or they make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu guilty, trying to convince the judge to make him guilty. Now, the prosecuting counsel asked and said, "How do you identify Eastern Security Network?" And then, guess what this witness said? To show you that these people don't know what they are doing. All they do is dragging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court without giving evidence that this man, or giving evidence that will show that this man is a terrorist, honestly. So this witness said that they move in large group. Remember, the prosecuting officer asked and said, "How do you identify Eastern Security Network members?" He said, then the witness had said that they move in large group. Eastern Security Network engage in more of guerrilla warfare. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gives instruction through Radio Biafra, especially on Biafra Day, May 30th, for them to attack people, especially government agency. Our facilities listen to all MNK broadcasts. That's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast. Now, let me tell you that 30th of May is a day that, the people that died during the genocide, yes, genocide that happened 19 so many years ago, people that died in that genocide, is a day that remember the fallen heroes and heroines of, Biafran, people that died, Igbos that died. And then you can see that they'll just do it peacefully. I'm going to play the video that this GSS witness played or tendered in the court, and everyone watched it. And then, it just shows that these people don't know what they're doing at all. They'll just drag him there to court, just even dragging the judge without bringing enough good evidence. Imagine today, they were expecting them to bring up good evidence, but no, these people can't even bring a tangible evidence to show that this man is a terrorist. Just wasting the time of Biafrans. Instead of them to go ahead and release that man, they are still keeping him there for no reason. So now he said they move in large group, engaged in more guerrilla. Imagine, so if you see people moving in large group, you call them Eastern Security Network, and then they engage in more guerrilla warfare. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gives instruction through Radio Biafra, especially on Biafra Day, to attack government officials. Now, in this last this 30th May that just passed, that the day they used to remember the fallen heroes and heroines of Biafra, people that died during the genocide. Now, there was an attack that happened in different states in Nigeria. They went ahead and said it was IPOB, Nigerian government. They said it was IPOB. And now they are saying that May 30th, that, is a time that, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to order Eastern Security Network to go and attack government officials. Guys, look at many things Fulani did in Benue State and the rest. Nobody has come out to call Fulanis. The president or anybody has not come out to say it is the Fulanis that did this. You only call IPOB member, and they cannot prove. The only thing Nigerian government do is to send people that don't even know what they are doing. They don't have evidence, to send them to come and testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These people don't know what they are doing. Even the judge has said it, that they don't have good evidence to prove that this man committed treason and terrorism. They don't have at all. Let me play the video for you guys to watch and see what this witness tendered to the court, the video he tendered to the court for, the judge to watch. Guys, take a look. So, guys, this video was used to back this statement when the prosecuting counsel asked, "How do you identify Eastern Security Network?" And then the witness said they move in large group, just like you saw in that video. Now, they are trying to convince the judge that those people seen in the video are Eastern Security Network members. Guys, you can see. So, that video was used to back this statement. They move in large group. Eastern Security Network engaged in more of guerrilla warfare. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gives instruction through Radio Biafra, especially on Biafra Day, May 30th, for them to attack especially government officials, agency. Our facility listens to all MNK broadcasts. So they wanted the witness is trying to convince the judge that these are Eastern Security Network members. And then the prosecuting counsel asked and said, "How do you identify Eastern Security Network?" The witness said they move in group. So anybody that move in group is Eastern Security Network members. Anybody that moves in group, they will call them Eastern Security Network. You can imagine that these people don't know what they are doing. So lo and behold, below are the people's witness called Eastern Security Network. So what this man is trying to do is, or what this witness is trying to do is to convince the judge that these people are Eastern Security Network. You heard in the video, they were saying all we are saying is what? Give us Biafra. Self-determination is under trial in Nigeria because these people have done nothing. This IPOB is an illegal organization. It's not known for killings, it's not known for anything. If IPOB is an illegal organization, since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in prison for so long, cases would have come up. These people would have gotten evidence or good evidence to show that he's a terrorist. But no, since he has been in prison or since he has been in that DSS custody, there's no any proof or evidence to show. The evidence, imagine the kind of video evidence that these DSS witnesses are bringing, trying to say that these people that are in this place, they are, trying to say that they are Eastern Security Network members. And then, how do you identify Eastern Security Network members? Is that they move in large group. Does it make sense? So anybody seen in large group, you say that they are Eastern Security members. It doesn't make sense. These people don't know what they are doing. DSS, they don't know. They know. See, when someone is innocent, you don't know what to say. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on his right. That is why you can never defeat that man. Even in court sections, he defends his, he talks boldly because he knows he's on his right. These people don't know what they don't have anything to say again. They should just free them and conclude this case and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They don't have anything to show again. See the evidence they are bringing. That these people that are moving in Eastern Security Network members are moving in crowd. So anybody moving in crowd is Eastern Security Network members. Imagine trying to convince the judge that these people are Eastern Security Network members. These people have no more evidence. They're not bringing trash as evidence. So it is high time they need to release this man to go. It's high time that the Nigerian government need to free. They don't have anything against him again. In fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer, as a matter of fact. So Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast being played has ended. So the video they played in the court has ended. And then the prosecutor decided to discontinue the first broadcast. Review of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast, where he boldly said, "No business person, no mosque, no or churches should be touched." This is the instruction Mazi Nnamdi Kanu always, gives to Eastern Security Network members, that they should not touch any person or mosque or church. These people is a lawful organization. They don't waste blood. All they do is self-determination. And like I said, their tool is their word. That is why they choose self-determination. So now, witnesses narrated that Golak was killed on Monday. Suffice to say that May 30th, 2021 was on Sunday, not Monday, as claimed by the witness. Now, you see that one of the reasons you used to know that these people are lying is that they claim they don't even the kind evidence they cannot even give proper. You're coming to lie, but you don't even know how to lie. You're coming to lie, you don't know how to fix the lie. They are claiming that May 30th is on Monday. It's not Monday, it's on Sunday. May 30th, 2021 was on Sunday, not Monday. But DSS claimed it was Monday. You can see that these people don't know what they are doing. They don't know the kind of lie they formulated. They cannot even present the lie. So then the prosecution now said, "Is sit at home still ongoing?" And then the witness said, "Yes, my lord." Prosecution officer now said, "Who is your counsel?" The witness now answered and said, He is one of the feared Eastern Security Network members. On April 5th, Ikonso led an attack on the Imo State Correctional Center. Prosecutors has decided to discontinue the first broadcast. In the broadcast, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu where he boldly said no business person, mosque or churches should be touched. So now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wanted to now clear the air to tell the judge how Ikonso died. They believe that Ikonso died in the battlefield. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cleared the air that he never died in the battlefield, that he was killed in his house while he was resting. So, emergency broadcast of Ikonso by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being played. It was played. So now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cried when this man died, and then he prayed for him, questioned why he was killed at home. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he said, Ikonso was not killed on a battlefield or shot out or shootout, but in his house while he was resting. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Enugu State, he said, Enugu State governor chased by Fulanis, and it was never reported. We will mourn Ikonso as the Oba. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stated during the broadcast. So they played Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast when Ikonso died. You know, the broadcast he made when Ikonso died. He was trying to clear the air that he never died in a battlefield, that he was buried in his house while he was resting, and then he questioned why he was killed in his house. And then he said something. He said Enugu State governors chased by Fulanis, and it was never reported. So now we will mourn Ikonso as the Oba. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said during the broadcast. So Hope Uzodinma approached Ikonso to manage Ebubago, and because he refused, he was killed at his home. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said during the broadcast. Now he also said how he was killed. Remember, he was killed in his home, not in the battleground. So now he said Hope Uzodinma approached Ikonso for him to manage Ebubago, but what happened? Ikonso, refused, and then he was killed at his home. Killed in his home. This is what MKA said in his broadcast. Now, the broadcast was of 28th April, 28th of April 2021. It was being played in the hall, in the court section. That was when he cleared the air how Ikonso was killed. That he was killed in his home, not, he was not killed in the battlefield. So now, let me briefly show you guys of this man. This man, you can see he's on his soldier. He's wearing this Nigerian army uniform. And then they talked about this man today in court. They tried to link this man. This man, unfortunately, now look at his state now. He's now a criminal, in the bush. So this man was actually working with Nigerian army before, Nigerian government before. They talked about him. So this man, she was working with Nigerian government before, and then that their trainer is now a criminal. I don't know if he's Nigerian government sponsored. I cannot tell. Now they are trying to link this man with Eastern Security Network and IPOB Biafrans and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, saying that he's working for them. Now let me just read out what this man. I think they formulated this thing. You will not tell me otherwise. They formulated this thing, just to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being brought down. So now, on the 13th of June, which is today, the content of the statement. Okay, sorry, it says here, after ending another broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which was aired on the 28th of April 2021, where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying how Ikonso died, that he did not die in the battlefield, that he was killed in his home while resting. And Hope Uzodinma approached Ikonso that she should take over Ebubago, but he refused, and then they buried him in his house. That was how Ikonso died. So after playing that broadcasting by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the prosecution moved to read out the alleged written statement of one Mr. Uzoma Benjamin, nickname Onyami. So now, look at the picture of this man. Look at him. He's the one here, and also, he's the one also here. So now, this man, they said they wrote out the statement. his recent statement, his name is Uzoma Benjamin. His nickname is Onyami. Now, look at the picture on the screen. And then they are trying the so-called Onyami, who has no link with Eastern Security Network or IPOB, but rather works for the government. See, you guys can see that he's wearing an army uniform, meaning that he's working for the government. So now they are trying to link this man with what? Eastern Security Network. So the content of the statement made by the criminal called Onyami is being read out by the prosecution. Now, in his words, they said IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ordered me. This is what I feel. This thing they formulated it. I feel they for because imagine this man is he's wearing Nigerian army. Suddenly look at he's now a criminal, and they want to like come and say this is his Eastern Security Network, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is sponsoring them to be terrorizing Nigeria. Now, so they read out the statements that this Onyami wrote. He said, in his word, IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ordered me to eliminate 1,000 people, but I succeeded in taking down only 30. Now, mind you, this so-called Onyami is presumed to be in their custody. They said that this man is already in their custody, that the DSS was saying that this man is already in their custody. Do you have to believe what these people said? Because, these people, the Nigerian government will do all in their powers to make sure that they bring down IPOB. They totally bring down IPOB. Now, this thing is planned. It's a coordinated plan. Now, let me just mention to you the people that came and testified against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The people that came to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, according to the IPOB branch intelligence unit report, the following are to the two witnesses. This message was passed, to Nigerians before the day of what's it called, before the day of the trial. This message was passed. So according to IPOB branch intelligence units, reports the following are the two witnesses allegedly prepared by the Nigerian government to testify against our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the 13th of June 2025, which was today. Remember, this message was passed before today, so that Nigerians can be aware of the people that Nigerian government prepared to come and testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So it says here that one of the names of the people that they prepared, one of their name is Mr. Onyebuchi Jude Akan. Where is he from? He's from Eza, Ebonyi State. He was a former IPOB member, but later joined the youth movement under the payroll of the governor of Ebonyi State, Governor Dave Umahi. His name is Mr. Onyebuchi Jude Akan, and then he's from Eza, Ebonyi State. Remember, there are two witnesses that came to court to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to give, evidence that is not even tangible at all. So these people were IPOB members before. Now he's now a youth movement. He has joined the youth movement under the payroll of a governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi. Let's take notes. And then the second person that came to testify, they call themselves DSS witness that came to testify. The second person's name is Mazi Uchenna Ede. He was the IPOB Northern coordinator living in Nasarawa State. He is from Udi local government area, Enugu State. These are the two people that came to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These people were prepared by Nigerian government to come and testify, or these are the two witnesses allegedly prepared by the Nigerian government to testify against our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. And then the Nigerian DSS has prepared these individuals in Wamma barracks from where they would take them to the Federal High Court, Abuja today. So they prepared them in Wamma barrack. DSS, unfortunately, prepared them, told them, lies to come and say in the court. And then they prepared them in Wamma barracks, where they will be taken to the Federal High Court. From there, they'll take them to the Federal High Court, and then to come and testify against an innocent man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are putting the world on notice about these evil plans of the Nigerian government against a man that committed no crime. known to the Nigerian and international law. It is known to the Nigerian law and international law that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. Ever since they started this their DSS so-called witness or evidence, what proof or what point have they, proved? What point have they proved? That's to show you that this man is innocent of all the crimes being, all the crimes being accused against him. So now, in the worldwide and those in Biafran land should be alert. These two individuals are well known, and the world should hold the Nigerian government, the former governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, and APC politicians of Igbo extraction responsible for any eventuality that will befall these individuals and their respective family. If they venture into this Nigerian government evil against an innocent man, we will expose their photo and complete name of their villages in the next 24 hours if need be. But we advise these two individuals not to make us do that. Now, these people, because of money, they collect money from Nigeria. People are saying that now that these DSS witnesses, in fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said that they were hired. They will collect money and they'll go and testify against what they don't know. What they don't know. Can you imagine? These people are Igbo people. One is from Ebonyi, one is from Enugu. Terrorizing, collecting money to be telling lies. They don't know about anything. They're collecting money, telling lies about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So you can see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said it. This Nigerian government, they don't mean well for the Igbos. Now, it's looking as if the way this DSS witnesses put it, is trying to picture Igbos as people that want to just destroy Nigeria by saying that the East Nigeria should divide. No. Let's remember that before, as at then, the Igbos were talking about one Nigeria. That was why Ojukwu went for that meeting in Aburi. They were talking about one Nigeria. That is why he was present in that meeting in Ghana. And then what happened? Gowon, who was also present, they never talked about division of Nigeria. They never talked about Biafra in that meeting. All they were talking about was one Nigeria. And then when Gowon came back to Lagos, Nigeria, Gowon upturned the agreement. What did he do? They started buying the Igbos. And then they're saying it's Biafra war. Where they left the soldiers they are supposed to attack, they started buying children, old women, old men, young girls, and young boys. Imagine, that's genocide. That is not a war. It's genocide. They bombarded schools, church. It was really hell for Igbo people. Even after the civil war, they couldn't even build up their life or start their life afresh. It was difficult. Nigerian government gave them hell. Igbo tribe is the only tribe I know that Nigerian government has given hell. And that's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said, persecution of the Igbos will end with him. That is the only thing we are saying. Please, free us. Give us Biafra. Give us Biafra. Give us Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. I see Nigerian government, they are the ones, causing this thing in Nigeria. When it comes to insecurity, what are these Fulani people doing in our bush in the east? They claim that IPOBs are the one conducting attack. What are they doing in the bush? All in the name of cattle rearing or grazing, whatever. What are they doing in the east? In the bush, in Igbo land? What are they doing? If an Igbo man goes to the east, if an Igbo man goes to the north to base, don't they have houses? They rent their house, they stay in a decent house, they work, make their life useful. But when a northern man comes to the east, they stay in the bush, causing violence, kidnapping people, use that way, claiming, which country will you see Nigeria that is not Nigeria, that is carrying cows up and down? That is carrying cow from one place to another. It's only Nigeria that you will see that these Fulani guys are carrying cows up and down with AK-47 guys. Carrying cow. Okay, it's not that they can produce milk. What are they using that cows to do? They are just using it to terrorize Nigeria, using it to destroy people's farm. Countless times we have seen viral videos of these Fulani people eating up people's cow. They intentionally pull out people's cassava, use knife and cut it and give to their cows to feed. Nigeria, people will be struggling road with cows. Human beings will be struggling road with cows. They'll be carrying cows from Kano. This is very bad. And then, let me tell you that when they brought the anti-grazing bill that would have stopped these Fulani people from carrying cows about, what happened? The North said no. Nigerian government were supporting open grazing, carrying cow from Kaduna to Imo State, from Imo State to Anambra, everywhere. These people use the opportunity to terrorize Nigeria. They use it to cause havoc, and then they'll say it's IPOB. So what are they doing? They should create a limit. That open anti-grazing open bill should be, passed, so that these Fulani people will know their limits. What are we using cows to do? Okay, before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that we should ask, our great grandparents, to ask them that before where these Fulani people carrying cow around, but we have meat to eat. These people that claim that they are Fulani people, pig milk. He gives example with pig milk. He said these people in Holland that produce pig milk, do they carry cow about? In China, do they carry cow about? But in Nigeria, they don't produce anything with their cow. But then they are carrying cow from one place to another. Carrying cow. What kind of countries these Nigerian government are just supporting, supporting terrorism in this country? Guys, take a look at the old broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he was talking about the way Nigerian government are supporting these Fulani people from carrying cows around, and then they will label it to be IPOBs and IPOB group and call them terrorists. Guys, take a look.
Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen.
So guys, you've seen what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said when he was warning Nigerian government as at then, when they were calling him a terrorist. He's now asking, what are these people doing in the bush? They should live in a decent house and not in the bush. You can imagine what Nigerian government are doing. Imagine Nigerian government supporting open grazing. These people carry cow from Kano, from Plateau, from, this not from the north to the east, from the east to the south to the west, going up and down in the country, using that way to terrorize Nigeria, to kidnap people. That is what they do. And then they will say it's IPOB members. So guys, you can see that. So you can see that this IPOB group is a good organization. Is not an unlawful organization. It's a legal organization. What they are saying is that they should free the Igbos. Enough is enough of this bondage. Enough is enough for the persecution of the Igbos. Enough is enough. And then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needs to be freed. They should allow him to go because they don't have anything. They don't have any good evidence to keep him there because he's innocent of all the crimes. that they are labor. He's innocent of all the crimes, they have charged him. He did not commit treason. He can't even DSS agents cannot even testify that he committed treason. They don't have anything against him. He has no Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. So you can see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in his court section, they played a broadcast on how they played a broadcast, an old broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, telling how Ikonso died. And then the DSS witness presented a video evidence to the court. And then let's talk about this. So let's recall that the adjournment date was made in the last court appearance. That was 29th May 2025, following the end of the trial within trial, which went in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So now, he said, we were poised to bring you today updates from Federal High Court, Abuja, as our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, goes to court today. And let's record that the adjournment date was made in the last court appearance on the 29th May 2025. Court 2025, following the end of the trial within trial, which went in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, after the judge, Justice James Omotosho, declared that the written interview evidence tendered by DSS witness was inadmissible as exhibits. So today, as the courts reconvene, the main cross-examination will continue regardless. The defense team will continue the examination of the prosecution witness. Therefore, we implore you to stay tuned, as it commences. So now, following the middle way discontinuation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast, the court moves to the cross-examination of the masked witness around the witness box. And then the prosecution comes to ask, what effects does the broadcast have to do in the Southeast? He said, what effect does this broadcast have to do in the Southeast? And then the masked witness, the fourth one, said, Gulak was killed on Monday, 31st May 2021, following the 29th May 2021 broadcast from Biafra Day, which was observed on the 30th May. So can you beat that? Can you beat that? He now said, let's continue. This is what the witness said. They don't know what they are saying. These people don't know what they are saying. So then the prosecuting officer now asked, is it at home still effective in the Southeast? And then the masked witness said yes. And then when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast ended, was being played, and the broadcast that was played in the court ended, then the prosecutor decided to discontinue the first broadcast. Reviews of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast, where he boldly said, no business person, no mosque or churches should be touched. This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu always tell them, because he has no crime case. Yes, he's innocent. Always tell Eastern Security Network members to say, he told them no business person, no mosque or church should be touched. And now, also in the court today, they said they talked about Eastern Security Network, and then the so-called witness, said that Eastern Security Network move in group. Remember, the prosecuting officer asked, or counsel asked, how would you identify Eastern Security Network? And he said they move in groups. Guys, so anyone moving in groups is Eastern Security Network. They try to convince the judge that they move in group and they conduct terror, that they have made Igbo land or the southeast difficult in so long. And then he backed what he said with a video. Guys, take a look. So, guys, you can see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. Honestly, if you check what these people were saying, he was just saying, give us Biafra. That's the only thing we want. Because they have been persecuting the Igbos for so long, and it's high time they have to come and say, enough is enough of the persecution of the Igbos. Oh, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simeon, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that, because he has refused to be silenced. Because he has refused to be silent, they arrested him and called him a terrorist. Nigerian government knows that they cannot stand Biafran government. Look, Biafran government in fact, Biafran is a spirit. And therefore, people thought that, when Ojukwu died, that Biafra would die. But no, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took it up. And that man is a very stubborn man. Even in DSS custody, he's still saying that, you see, the persecution of the Igbos will end with him. He said if he cannot give the Igbos better life, then his life is irrelevant. In fact, he's dead. He's already dead. It's only Biafra that can revive him. That is the leader for you. He means well. Not, the Kanu is very serious in this agitation. And then Nigerian government has seen that this man will not back out anytime soon. So they are trying within their possible best, working effortlessly, putting effort to make sure that they bring that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, raising higher DSS witness to come and testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People that don't even know anything about him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said that they hired them to come because they can't even prove that he's a terrorist, or they cannot. The judge has said it. The judge, Justice Omotosho, that is presiding over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, has said they cannot, give proof or good evidence that this man is a terrorist. They cannot show that this man is a criminal. Since they have started this DSS witness, whatever. Imagine today, what could they prove? Nothing. There was no, good evidence to show today that Kanu was in court. They couldn't prove anything. So why are they still keeping that man there? They should allow that man to go and have his peace, and they should give Igbos Biafra, because Igbos for so long they have been persecuted, and enough is enough. Persecution of the Igbos will end with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether Nigerian government likes it or not. You want to be persecuting the Igbos and you want to be using their resources. You don't want them to be in power and you want to be using their resources. It doesn't make sense at all. The Igbos are tired. The Igbos have endured a lot from what Nigerian government has done to them, right from the time of the genocide, when they buyed 5 million and more than Igbos. They buyed them, and then even after the civil war, Igbos are not being treated rightly. In their own country, they feel like second-class citizens. They feel like foreigners in their own country, which is bad. Which is not good. Nigerian government has really dealt with this tribe called Igbos, and then it is time to rise up to call for Biafra. They should release that man because he didn't do anything. You see this thing that Nigerian government people are doing. It is not going to work because this man is innocent. So, guys, we've come to the end of this live session. Do want to hit that subscribe button. Also, put down a comment. Let me know what you're saying on this headline. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I'll also come and update you guys on what will happen after this. So, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.